Think you know mythical creatures? Prepare to have your beliefs challenged as we unveil 25 astonishing facts that will reshape your understanding of these legendary beings. 1. The phoenix's dual nature. In Greek mythology, the phoenix is a legendary bird that dies in a burst of flames and is reborn from its ashes, symbolizing immortality and renewal. Some lesser-known legends describe a dual existence, two phoenixes representing the eternal cycle of death and rebirth, possibly linked to the rising and setting sun in ancient Egyptian mythology, where the Bennu bird inspired this concept. 2. The chimera's variable anatomy. The chimera, first described by Homer, is a fire-breathing monster with the body of a lion, a goat's head protruding from its back, and a serpent for a tail. However, later interpretations, especially in medieval bestiaries and Renaissance art, added extra heads or wings, reflecting regional beliefs and evolving symbolism around hybrid beasts. 3. The Hydra's regenerative power. The Lernaean Hydra, one of Hercules' 12 labors, had the terrifying ability to regrow 2 heads for each one severed. Its head count varied across ancient texts, from the 9-headed version in Euripides' play to later sources claiming as many as 100. Its regenerative trait symbolizes the persistence of problems and the complexity of evil. 4. The griffin's medicinal claws. Griffins, mythical creatures with the body of a lion and the head and wings of an eagle, were believed in medieval times to guard gold and possess claws and feathers with healing powers. Apothecaries once sold griffin claws, likely antelope horns, claiming they could cure blindness, poison, and even ward off evil spirits. 5. The mermaid's dual symbolism. Mermaids appear in global folklore, from the Greek sirens to the Slavic rusalki. Though often shown as enchanting and beautiful, they carry a darker role, luring sailors with hypnotic songs only to drown them. This duality represents both temptation and peril, symbolizing the unpredictable and dangerous nature of the sea itself. 6. The unicorn's spiritual significance. Unicorns, long considered symbols of purity and innocence in European lore, also represent spiritual enlightenment. In some Eastern traditions, their horn signifies the third eye, linked to intuition and inner knowledge. In medieval Christianity, the unicorn became a symbol of Christ, and its capture only possible by a virgin, reflecting divine purity. 7. The banshee's ominous wail. In Irish folklore, the banshee, bean seed, is a female spirit who keens or wails outside the home of someone who is about to die. Often seen brushing her hair or wearing a grey cloak, her cry is linked with death omens, especially for families of ancient Irish noble lineage like the O'Neills or O'Briens. 8. The Kraken's monstrous size. The Kraken, from Norse seafaring myths, was described as a gigantic sea monster that could drag entire ships underwater. Early sailors claimed its tentacles could wrap around a vessel, and its sheer size led some to believe it was an island. The legend likely originated from sightings of giant squids near Greenland and Norway. 9. The basilisk's deadly gaze. The basilisk, often called the king of serpents, was said to kill with a single glance or even its breath. Originating in Roman natural history, it gained notoriety in medieval bestiaries. Legends claimed the creature's venom could wither crops and crack stones. Only the weasel or a rooster's crow could destroy it. 10. The werewolf's lunar connection. Werewolves, humans cursed or afflicted to turn into wolves, have long been tied to the full moon, a belief that became prominent in early European folklore. The moon's transformative power parallels its influence on tides and human behavior. In some legends, silver is the only weapon that can harm a werewolf, symbolizing purity against savagery. 11. The vampire's varied origins. Vampires aren't just the bloodsuckers of Transylvanian lore. From the Strigoi in Romanian myths to the Chinese Jiangshi, cultures worldwide have feared undead creatures that prey on the living. While Western vampires drain blood, others feed on life force or breath, showcasing a wide spectrum of mythological interpretations. 12. The dragon's cultural diversity. Dragons vary dramatically across the world. In Europe, they're fire-breathing, winged beasts often slain by heroes like St. George. In contrast, Chinese dragons are revered, symbolizing luck, rain, and imperial power. Japanese and Korean dragons are often serpent-like, aquatic beings tied to nature's forces, not destructive monsters. 13. The Sphinx's riddles. The Sphinx, famous from Greek mythology, guarded the city of Thebes, challenging passers-by with riddles. Its most renowned question: what walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, and 3 in the evening? Symbolized the stages of human life. Failure to solve it meant death, until Oedipus answered correctly. 14. The Selkies' transformative nature. Selkies are seal-human shapeshifters from Scottish and Irish folklore. When they shed their seal skins, they become beautiful humans, often marrying locals. However, stories usually end in sorrow, as Selkies, longing for the sea, eventually retrieve their hidden skins and return to their oceanic homes, leaving broken-hearted lovers behind. 15. The Valkyries' role in battle. Valkyries are divine shield maidens in Norse mythology, sent by Odin to battlefields. They choose which warriors die and which live, guiding the chosen slain to Valhalla, where they prepare for Ragnarok. Often depicted riding winged horses, Valkyries represent both fate and honor in Norse warrior culture. 16. The Thunderbird's stormy presence. In the traditions of various Native American tribes, especially among the Plains and Pacific Northwest peoples, the thunderbird is a supernatural bird whose wings cause thunder and whose eyes shoot lightning. It's both a guardian and a punisher, often representing power, justice, and nature's raw energy in tribal myths. 17. The Yeti's Himalayan habitat. The Yeti, often called the abominable snowman, is a legendary ape-like creature said to roam the snowy slopes of the Himalayas. Locals describe it as shy but powerful. Western explorers began documenting Yeti sightings in the 19th century, spurred on by mysterious tracks and Sherpa folklore. 18. The Chupacabra's livestock attacks. Emerging from Puerto Rican tales in the 1990s, the chupacabra, or goatsucker, is blamed for draining the blood of farm animals. Descriptions range from reptilian to dog-like with spines. Despite numerous sightings across Latin America and the US, no definitive evidence of its existence has ever been found. 19. The Loch Ness Monster's elusiveness. The Loch Ness Monster, affectionately called Nessie, is a cryptid believed to inhabit Scotland's Loch Ness, first famously photographed in 1934, a hoax later revealed. It's often described as a long-necked, aquatic dinosaur. Though countless sonar scans and expeditions have occurred, Nessie's existence remains unconfirmed, adding to its mystery. 20. The centaur's dual nature. Centaurs, mythical beings with a man's torso and a horse's body, appear in ancient Greek myths as symbols of wildness and inner conflict. While many, like the unruly followers of Dionysus, represent primal chaos, others, such as Chiron, embody wisdom and healing, blurring the line between savage instincts and noble intellect. 21. The Minotaur's labyrinth. The Minotaur, born of Queen Pasiphae and a sacred bull, was imprisoned in an elaborate labyrinth designed by Daedalus under King Minos' order. The maze symbolized more than physical entrapment. It reflected the complexity of human nature, inner conflict, and societal shame. Theseus eventually navigated the labyrinth and slew the beast, guided by Ariadne's thread. 22. The Golem's protective purpose. In Jewish mysticism, particularly in 16th century Prague, the golem was crafted by Rabbi Judah Loew to defend the Jewish ghetto from persecution. Made from clay and animated through sacred Hebrew incantations, the golem represents both divine creation and the dangerous consequences of unchecked power. Its story reflects deep concerns about protection, identity, and human hubris. 23. The Pegasus's divine origin. Pegasus, the majestic winged horse, emerged from the severed neck of Medusa when Perseus slew her. As a child of Poseidon and Medusa, Pegasus symbolizes divine inspiration and poetic brilliance. Later myths tell of Pegasus serving Zeus, carrying thunderbolts and helping heroes like Bellerophon, emphasizing its link to creativity and celestial power. 24. The Harpies-Windy Association. Harpies, often depicted with female faces and bird-like bodies, were seen as wind spirits capable of sudden and violent movement. In Homeric and later Roman tales, they abducted people or spoiled food, acting as divine punishers. Their swift flight and shrieking winds became metaphors for vengeance, justice, and natural chaos in mythology. 25. The Salamander's fire resistance. Ancient lore claimed salamanders could survive fire, emerging unscathed from flames. Pliny the Elder and medieval bestiaries described them as symbols of endurance and mystical purity. This belief arose from their tendency to hibernate in logs, fleeing when wood was burned, mistakenly interpreted as thriving in fire rather than fleeing from it. If these revelations have sparked your curiosity, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of mythology. Share your favorite mythical creature in the comments below.